Today we are going to write a PLC ladder logic to implement for this above problem, traffic light control at four-way intersection, and we will take Allen Bradley SLC 500 PLC and its associated orders logic software. So first let us see the sequence of operation of a traffic light control at four-way intersection. First let us define the timing cycle and the outputs for this traffic light control problem. So first let us see, this is the timing cycle of the outputs like red, green and amber. Amber is nothing but yellow in one direction, north south, as well as in east west direction. So we have now 6 outputs, and those outputs being represented over here is a red light, amber light and green light, that is in north south direction. Red light, amber light and green light in the east west direction. First let us define the timing cycle, and this we have taken this as a reference from the book Frank D. Petruzilla. The book title is Programmable Logic Controllers by Frank D. Petruzilla. Let us see the timing cycle. The red light in north-south direction should glow for 30 seconds. When it glows for 30 seconds, simultaneously, green light in east-west direction will go for 25 seconds and amber light in east-west will go for another 5 seconds. And followed by in the another direction, if the red light in east-west direction glows for 30 seconds, first 25 seconds will be the green light, green light in the north-south direction will glow for 25 seconds, and the amber light in the north-south direction will glow for another 5 seconds. So we could see here the entire timing cycle when the outputs has to be switched on and off. And we have seen here just 6 outputs, and these 6 outputs have to be made on and off sequentially. That is our problem statement. First, let us see where the outputs are connected, and next we'll go to the program. Hence, we can create a file to switch on and off the output sequentially, and that file we call that as a sequencer file. We name this to be a sequencer file as N7:0 is the file number, N7:0 is the file number, and we will decide the map, will create a file number. So first to start with, let us assume we have 0 to 15 inputs. So sequencer instructions in PLC can be used to control 60 outputs sequentially. So let us take the same data. So I take from bit 0, output 0 to output 15. Wherever I am going to use only the 6 outputs. Okay. So first to start with 0 to 15 here, and I take the file number N7:0 to all to be 0 because no outputs being connected over here. All the outputs being off here. Next, I am taking the, first we have to initialize the sequence. As I said, red is being connected to the output device O:2 bit 0. Bit 0 is being connected to red light, bit 1 is connected to amber light, bit 2 is connected to green light. Similarly, bit 4 red light, bit 5 amber, bit 6 green, all these things in east-west direction. So 0, 1, 2 I have mapped this for north-south, and 4, 5, 6 I have mapped this for east-west. Okay, so let's coming over the table, file table. 0 bit 0 is being connected, bit 0 is connected as I said here. So I have marked these output bits, and as we have seen the sequence here, initially what I said, red in north-south has to be on, simultaneously green in east-west has to be on. So red is mapped to bit 0 and green is being mapped to bit 6. Okay, so bit 0 and bit 6 has to be made high. Then only red light and the green light will be on. This I name this as step 1, sequence step 1. Followed by next is red and amber in the east-west. Here we have connected the amber in east-west in bit 5. So I am making this already. This is high. So I am making bit 5 to be high. So now I name this to be step 2. So, similarly for the next step, red and green. Green in north-south and red in east-west. So red in east-west is bit 4 and green in north-south is bit 2. So I am making 2 and 4 to be high. I name this to be step 3. And similarly the next one is red and amber. We have mapped this to be bit 1 and bit 4. So this is how we have created a 4-step sequence, and this can be stored in a sequencer file, and that file is n signs to 0. Okay, that's done. We have just mapped the output devices. Now let us see, we have given the timing also. So red will go for 30 seconds, green for 25 seconds, amber for 5 seconds. So you could see here timing signals such as 25 seconds and 5 seconds is repeated. So for this you can create a separate timer file also, and that timer setting file I have created here. So initially to start with, we make the timer to be 0 seconds followed by 25, 5, 25, 5 as given over here, 25, 5, 25, 5. So we have created a timer setting file. This is also another sequencer file. So this is n7 is to 0 and n7 is to 1. 7 is to 1, 0. So we have taken the problem statement, we have analyzed the problem, and we have created 2 separate files. One with the light cycle setting, and another one is the timer setting. So now 2 sequencer files. I am going to use the sequencer output instruction which we have done in our previous class, and we are going to write a PLC loader logic using that sequencer output instruction. Now coming to the program, coming to the program, you can see here this is the sequencer output instruction. The syntax is, this is the file, sequencer file, which holds the sequencer data. Data is word files, all those word files, or n7 is, it starts from 7 is to 0 to 7 is to 4. This file stores 4 word files. Followed by this is the mask register. The purpose of the mask register is to permit the data to pass through. It can restrict the data which it does not want to give it as an output. If to set mask bits to 1 to pass the data, reset mask bits to 0 to restrict the data. Okay, that's the purpose of a mask bit. Since I have taken only 6 bits, I have enabled the last 8 bits FF. And then I come to this mask register. You can see here the mask register. I have explained this over here. Mask register, all the bits came 0 and the first 8 is made high. Because I am going to use only these bits. 0 to 6 I am going to use. Next comes the destination. Destination is the address where the output is being connected, and this represents O. I am taken the destination address to be O is to the 0. O is to 2. Sorry, O is to 2. You could see here this is the destination address. We have these bits are mapped to the various output lines. Next comes the control. Control register stores the status byte of the instruction, length and the position. And this is, we take this to be, it is an R file, R6 is to 0. Next comes the length. Length represents the number of steps in the sequence. Since we have 4 steps, I am making this to be 4. And this position represents the initial step position of the sequencer. So initially, before start of the PLC, we take it to be position 0. This is position 0. So as the sequencer file is being executed, it increments by 1, 2, 3, 4. So sequentially all the 4 word bits will be transferred to the output devices sequentially. So this is the sequencer output instruction, and this represents EN. EN is the enable bit. Whenever the instruction experiences a false to true transition, enable bit is made high to show that sequencer output is on. This instruction is enabled, and this done bit is made high when all the word in the sequencer file being passed to the destination address. That's the purpose of the done bit. So here, as I said, we have created 2 sequencer files, one for the light cycles time setting. This is being mapped as N7:0. The next sequencer file is the timer file, that is N7:10. 7:10, that's a timer setting. We have the timer settings, and the thing what we have done is the destination of this sequencer file is the timer preset value of the timer, because it is going to change the preset value of the timer as 25 seconds as 5 seconds. That's why we have given the destination address to be T4:1 preset, but T4:1 is an on delay timer. We have chosen this. Rest, all these things being seen what is being explained in the sequencer output instructions. Next, coming to the timer, on delay timer, we have done it earlier in the previous classes. Anyway, the timer represents, anyway I will explain, timer is nothing but T:41 is the timer address. Time base is nothing but, this is 1 second. 1.0 represents 1 second time base signal. Preset is a preset value, this is being kept record. Means that whatever be available in this sequencer file will be loaded in this preset. And this accumulator, it starts with 0 as the timer is on. The accumulate increments by 1 for each and every time sequence. So it is initially 0. So say this done bit is made high once timing is done. Enable is made high once the timer is enabled. Okay, this is the this represents the entire functioning of each and every block in the sequencer in this program. Now let me explain. Now let us go to the functionality, how this word file is being transferred for a particular time. So initially let us see, say for example, I take position 1. For position 1, this is step 1. Step 1 will be bit 0 and bit 6 is made high. Bit 0 and bit 6 is made high. 0 and bit 6 is made high. That is being transferred to the output destination address, and that time a preset time of 25 seconds will be there. That 25 seconds will be loaded in this timer register. So after the preset of 25 seconds, 5 seconds will be loaded over here for this timing. For the step 2, that is for bit 0 and for bit 5. Bit 0 and bit 5 seconds will be loaded. So likewise for all the steps, the preset value of the timer will be changed. Thereby, once all the sequencer file is being executed, the done bit goes high. Done bit goes high. So as this goes high, this timer is switched off, is being reset to its initial position, and this sequencer file will be executed after when you initialize it. Hope you understand this program. Thank you.